A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, a devastating storm that wreaked havoc across North Carolina, a troubling narrative has emerged that highlights the intersection of disaster recovery and political misinformation. A recent call to the Dan Abr show on SiriusXM has brought to light the distressing situation of a North Carolina man, Anthony, whose father-in-law has refused federal assistance from FEMA due to fears fueled by misinformation propagated by prominent Republican figures, including former President Donald Trump. The aftermath of the hurricane has left many families in dire need. Yet the lingering effects of misinformation are complicating recovery efforts for those affected. Anthony shared his frustrations on air, revealing that his father-in-law, residing in Asheville, is convinced that accepting FEMA assistance could result in losing his home. This belief, he claims, is rooted in the rhetoric of Trump and other right-wing commentators who have claimed that FEMA's aid is limited and directed elsewhere, such as to migrant shelters. These claims have been debunked, with FEMA providing extensive support to disaster survivors, but the damage has already been done. Anthony expressed his desperation, stating, "He lost almost everything, and he's refusing all help from the federal government and complaining to us that he doesn't have food, that he doesn't have the stuff he needs, and yet he won't accept the help." This scenario is emblematic of a larger issue where misinformation can have real-world consequences. The refusal to accept aid due to unfounded fears is not just a personal family crisis. It reflects a broader trend where political beliefs interfere with the ability to obtain necessary assistance during emergencies. The situation has drawn attention from within the Republican Party itself. Congressman Chuck Edwards, who represents North Carolina's 11th District, has publicly contradicted the misleading narratives put forth by some of his colleagues. In a press release titled "Debunking Helene Response Myths," he asserted that the Biden administration has provided an unprecedented level of support for recovery efforts, countering the outrageous rumors that have circulated since the storm. Edwards emphasized that FEMA has not diverted funds from disaster relief to other areas and has not limited assistance to a mere $750, as claimed by some. He also dismissed the bizarre conspiracy theories suggesting that Hurricane Helene was engineered by the government to access lithium deposits in Chimney Rock. This pushback from within the GOP highlights a critical divide in how disaster recovery is perceived and managed across party lines. The consequences of misinformation can be dire, especially in the wake of natural disasters. As recovery efforts continue, it is imperative for communities to rally around factual information and support those in need, rather than allowing political narratives to dictate the terms of assistance. The tragic loss of over 230 lives during Hurricane Helene underscores the urgency of addressing these issues. As the Southeast grapples with the aftermath of not only Hurricane Helene but also Hurricane Milton, it is clear that the path to recovery must be paved with truth and solidarity, rather than fear and misinformation. The stories of individuals like Anthony and his father-in-law serve as a reminder of the profound impact that political rhetoric can have on the lives of ordinary citizens. It is essential for all Americans, regardless of their political affiliation, to come together in support of those affected by these devastating storms, and to work towards ensuring that accurate information prevails in the face of confusion and fear. As we move forward, let us prioritize the well-being of our communities and the truth over divisive narratives that only serve to complicate recovery efforts in times of crisis. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.